Okay, out at New Berrima today catching a swarm. First tip, make sure you're prepared. Having a bench to work with, a nuke to place the captured swarm within. I use full depth waxed frames, and of course all your safety gear. G'day, my name's Z from Z's Bees. I'm a beekeeper based in the Southern Highlands of New South Wales. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy this video. Now it's always important to assess your surroundings first and make sure that it's safe. You never know what's going to be in the bushes or shrub. It could be snakes or anything, so just a quick scan around, and also just to check for footing. You want to make sure you know where you're walking. Last thing you want is to try to walk away and trip over something and you've got a whole bee swarm on top of you. Next, you want to assess the swarm and get in and have a look and work out a bit of a game plan. I can see here that the swarm has attached itself to a branch, one whole branch, which looks like we may have to remove, as we won't be successful in catching this swarm otherwise. So it's always good to bring something with you in order to cut branches. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this branch and just try very carefully to hold on to it so as to not drop the swarm or be so rough that the whole swarm drops to the floor. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place this swarm on top of the nuke box so that they can actually enter the nuke box, hopefully of their own accord. So I'm just currently cutting this branch, which you can only sort of just see on the camera here. Just try to be gentle enough. Make sure you hold on to that branch real well, otherwise you'll drop the whole lot. So again, I'm just being gentle. I'm trying not to have, sharp, sudden movements as much as I can help it. Now, I just noticed, always keep aware, that there was a bit of movement, and that's because they've managed to catch a bit of leaf here, which belongs to another branch. So what I'm going to do is separate that little part, and I'm going to put that over on nuke now before I remove the main branch. Otherwise, as soon as I remove the main branch, these ones will get flung over the fence. So I'm just placing that on the nuke. We'll let them crawl in. Okay, turning again, I'm just going to check other branches that I can see. I think the rest are on this one branch. Cut branch. There's some drop, but we'll get those later. We've got the main swarm here. Moving this swarm over to the nuke. It's nice and easy, so hopefully we don't drop the rest of them. And then just lay it down into the nuke, like so. And ideally we're just going to leave it here, but it is quite a large branch. So I'm just going to hold one end while I cut some other sections off. Otherwise it's just going to fall away. So I'm just going to leave that like so. Just reposition the camera so you can see. And we're just going to go and inspect the rest of the swarm. Dropped. It looks like they're all flying about now, so probably nothing else to really do. There are a whole bunch on the ground, and I'm just going to have a quick look and make sure that we haven't in fact got the queen. So I'm just having a look. And we have a way of getting these back into the nuke later, because we will leave the nuke here into the night time when I'll return. And hopefully these bees have worked out where their queen is and returns to the nuke rather than the branch. Alright. So just returning now to this swarm. You see some are starting to enter the frames already. What I'm going to do is just remove some of this foliage here. So giving it a shake off. Just get a fruit. And now I'm just going to give it a few shakes. It is nicer if we can get them to walk in, but in this scenario it's getting a bit late in the day. I don't really want the whole swarm outside of this nuke once it's dark. So I'm going to give it a shake. There we go. Another shake. Lots of bees. Now I actually put some lemon tree oil inside this nuke, which does attract them because the essence is similar to their queen, and I mean it's probably a part of why they're all going in, as well as the smell of the wax frames, which they like. Another shake. And there's the queen. Wait, no, that's a drone. Never mind. Thought I got lucky there to spot the queen so quickly. That would have been very lucky. Give this branch another shake. Lots of fruit with my bees here. 2-for-1 deal. It's possible it could be in here somewhere. Let's have a look. Yeah, grouping together here. I'll shake the branch some more. Alright, now I'm going to just check this branch and make sure we don't have a queen sitting on it somewhere. I think we're looking pretty good there. Branch aside. Some more fruit to remove. Now I notice there's a lot of fanning going on here. You can see the bees here are fanning quite rapidly. That is a very good indicator that there is a queen inside the frames here already. the bees will fan to spread the pheromone of the queen, which alerts the other bees to the location of the queen, and hopefully that helps the other bees find where the queen is and to return to this nuke. So what I'm going to do at this stage, since the bees seem to have entered the nuke of their own accord quite quickly, I'm actually just going to close the top of this. Trying not to squash them if I can, avoid it. Alright, you lot, come on. Give me a pop. You too. I don't like killing bees if I can avoid it. Alright. I think that's pretty good. Now, just observing the entrance here. You can see the bees are quite eager to come in, and they're flying from all around and entering the nuke. I think this is once again a pretty good indication of where our queen is inside this nuke, and that's what we want. I'm just going to leave this for a moment and just go and recheck our swarm site. So obviously the branch is gone, so they won't be returning to that, but I will note there is another small part of the swarm just here ahead of us. I don't know if you can see that, some bees tucked in there. Also note that the bees that were on the ground have all pretty much dissipated at this point, but there is a little cluster which I'll investigate to make sure we haven't missed anything important. I'll just do that right now. Just here in this cat bowl. Apologies to those bees. I'm not seeing a queen here. The last thing I want to do is leave the queen on the ground. It's not a great outcome. Let's help those bees out because I don't want them to drown. Pop out. There we go. Rest are good. So yeah, spotting no queen on the ground here. This is good. We would know a queen if we saw one here, just because there would be a little regiment of bees following the queen and protecting her. I'm not seeing anything like that at this stage. Just bees that are probably just a little bit disoriented with everything that's happened, but they will find the nuke, so there's no concern there. Cool. Now, as for this small bit of swarm here, I've got 1, 2. I don't know. There's actually quite a bit here. What I'm going to do is go get my cutting tool. Because I'm going to cut those little branches off. Okay. So first of all, a great deal there. All flying away, it's fine. I'd rather not cut branches if I don't have to, so just carefully assessing what it is I need to cut. And I'm just making sure that the queen didn't actually fall onto this. Even though we've got pretty good signs that we've caught the queen. Last thing I want to do is assume too much and end up missing the queen. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have to cut a little further down here in order to capture those bees. good there. So, and just checking little clusters, making sure we don't have any queens. This is a good cluster here, so I'm going to put this on the top of the nuke. Same as before, just in case. Give them a shake. Moving this fruit and this slug, leaves, all the rest. Yeah, I can see there's a lot of fanning going on here, a lot of fanning, so I'm quite confident the queen's inside. I'm going to close this up again. Don't want to kill my little friends here if I can avoid it. Just pop them off. Alright, now, yeah. This is a pretty good indication, honestly, of where the queen is. This tends to only happen if they know where they're going. Okay. Now, the strategy here is that there's lots of bees that are currently out scouting for a new home. I don't want to leave those bees behind, and there's obviously a lot of bees that are flying around also at this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this bench, the nuke. Little friend got messed up there. I'm going to move this over there, over back where they were. This way, when they return back, they can get an idea of where their queen is, and they'll enter this nuke. And then I'll come back tonight and close the nuke up and collect it and relocate them. Okay, here we are at sunset for collection. I find most of the bees have gone in. There's just a few guarding the entry, but I'm going to close that now. Go. I'll get the bag. Bag is really important for transport. You don't want this nuke box coming or popping open in the car. That'd be a pretty dangerous and probably painful situation to deal with. That's all we've got to do. Bag it. And don't just yank at it. You'll end up tearing a hole in the bag, and then of course it's not going to serve the purpose. I'm just going to work the bag on nice and gently. Get the top to the back of it like that, and lift and pull the bottom under. Become a lot easier. There we go. There'll be the odd bee still flying around. Unfortunately, we can't wait for every single passenger to jump on board. We've got as many as we can get, and that'll have to do. So yeah, just fashion a little knot on the top here, just to try and secure the top of the bag. Now we take the nuke on the table. If you're not sure about picking both up, you could just always take the nuke separately. Just be really careful. Alright. I'm going to go put this in my car and drive home. You can watch my nuke unboxing or installing video for instructions on how to install them into the hive. Thanks for watching.